Hi, this is Veronica. I'm the Dream Maker, and I'm coming to you today to show you how to make Biden Harris 2020 campaign shirts. And I've been using the Cricut, and I've been using the Cricut now for about a month, maybe a month and a half now. And I just want to go go through it. So I made these two today, and I'm going to make another one to show you just how it's done. So this is a black one, this is a large, and this is a white one, and this is a 2X. And so I want to just show you just how it's done. But this is how I do it. I don't have the patent on this. This is not, I'm not an expert. Like I said, I've only been using the Cricut for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I sell these for $20. So if you would like to buy them, you can send me a comment and you can cash out me the money. I think my cash app is DDA LLC 2006. That's DDA Dream Makers Developmental Agency LLC 2006. DDA LLC 2006, and that's you can put it in the comments, and they're only $20, and you can buy them. So my cameraman is my nephew Shay, and he's gonna help me walk through it, and it shouldn't take no more than about 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. So I'm gonna put this over to the side, and he's gonna come around, just come around that way, Shay, and it'll show you just how to start. So you have to have the Cricut, the program onto your computer, and so you go ahead and you put. I already have it already set up. So what I did, that is I guess you would say that's the most important part. So I did the letters, and all of these are letters except for right here. These things right here are shapes. These are the shapes. Wait a minute, where's my mouse? I hope I don't have to start over. These are shapes, and so what I did was I did the squares. I did the squares, and then like what I did was I put them all together. You know, like I attached the squares together. I put the squares just how I wanted them. Now, the thing about this is, if you look at the Biden campaign, you'll see that they are a little bit different. And it's okay that they're like this, because when you actually put them on your shirt, if you notice that when they're on my shirt, they are cut out just like they are on his campaign shirts, because I have the freedom to cut them out just how I want them once I before I put them on the shirt. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to use a this color blue. So I'm not going to use the blue this time. I'm still going to use the red. The glitter red, because I like the glitter red. And this time I'm going to use white instead of blue. Okay? So now the first thing that you want to do, the first thing that I do is I like to cut my boards. So if you notice, I have two boards. So I like to cut my boards first. So I know that my Biden Harris, if I look on here, I know that my Biden Harris goes about 6 inches down and 12 over. 6 inches down and 12 over. Okay, so I'm going to measure onto my cutting board 6 inches down and 12 over. And so like this thing is kind of sticky, and so you just have to, you gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with it. And so the way that I do this, and this thing, they're the best when they are new. You have to, I have a clear measuring, a clear ruler, and I'm gonna measure, like I said, it's a little bit past 6, almost 7. So I'm gonna measure to a little bit past 7. A little bit past 7. I'm going to take an ink pen and I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw a line a little bit past 7. I'm going to draw a line a little bit past 7 on my board, on my cutting board for my white. So this is going to be for my Biden-Harris. Then I'm going to take my blade. These blades are just awesome. I'm going to take my blade and I'm going to cut my line. Got to cut it slow, because if you don't, these blades will go wherever they want to go, and it won't be straight. So I'm going to cut it slow. And I'm going to put my top back on, because these blades are very, very sharp. And you're going to see that in a minute, because look, see? So now my white blade, my white is already prepared. And then I'm going to put this back in my bucket, so it's prepared. So that my white is prepared. I'm going to put that to the side. Now, I order a lot of my my iron-on from the internet, because when you go into the store, this stuff is so expensive. And so this one I got, it's 10 inches by, like, I think this is like 10 feet. So I got a lot of this. So, but because it's 10 inches, it doesn't go like this way. So therefore I'm going to have to cut my board. I'm going to have to cut it this way. So if I notice now my 20, now this right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click make it. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because this 2020 and this E, I'm going to have to do a little manipulation to see just how much I need. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click make it. Now when I click make it, you see how the E just got messed up a little bit? I'm gonna move it down, move these letters down, move it down. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do, that you gotta make sure you do, because if you don't, you're gonna mess up a lot of iron-on vinyl or iron-on material. You gotta hit mirror, because you're gonna iron this onto your shirt, right? So now it's backwards. So now this says that this goes down about 8 inches. About 8 inches. I'm gonna move this over just a little bit, because I don't want to jam up against my thing. I don't want to jam up against my letters. So I'm going to move that over a little bit, that over a little bit. I'm going to line it up. Line it up. Okay. So that's going to tell me I'm a little bit past 8 inches on my board. So now I'm going to take this, and it's 12 inches all the way across. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go 12 inches across. Now, when I do that, like I said, I'm going to do 12 inches across. It's going to automatically measure 10 inches, because like I said, this is 10 by like 10 yards, or however many yards I had. So, but I got to do 12 inches. So again, I'm going to get my ruler. I'm going to get my ruler and I'm going to measure the 12 inches. I'm going to get my pen. I'm going to get my pen. And then I'm going to get my razor. And carefully cut my vinyl. Now I'm gonna tell you that the glitter does not cut as well as the other, so sometimes I go ahead and I cut it with the scissors. But let me just see how this one works. If it does work, good. If it doesn't, then I'll just use the scissors. Not a problem. So it looked like it worked. So let's see if it did all the way. Yes, it did. So, put my cap back on. Put this in. Now I always put a little piece of tape back on my thing because it always, well, that tape is not good. Where's my garbage can? So now I have my two boards ready. Well, actually I don't have this board ready because this is the way that this is. I can't put it this way because my 2020 is going across 12 inches. So I need to tape it this way. I need to put it on this way. Now you saw how easy that white stayed on, and I didn't need to put any tape on it to keep it down. That's not the case with this because it's roly-poly, and I gotta stick some tape on it to make it stay down. And it can see like it sticks, but it doesn't stick enough kind of thing. But it's okay. I try to put it right on the edge. So see now, look here, watch this. This is not gonna stay down. So because it's not gonna stay down, even though this is a fairly new cutting board, I'm gonna put some tape. So I always have my Scotch tape handy. See how that's coming up? And see, like, it won't go through my machine, and it won't go through the Cricut very well. So just tape it down at the places that it's coming up. Mainly at the top. Mainly at the top places. So that it won't get caught in your machine. And just keep it down. Now, it doesn't matter to me that it's more than 10. I'm not going to worry about, it's more than 8 inches down at the bottom here. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'll get it later. I'll worry about that later. See, that stuff is really sticky. So my two boards are ready, and I'm going to put them over to the side for right now. Okay. So my 2020 board is ready. I'm going to go next to my Biden-Harris board. If you notice, that's not mirrored and it's all bunched together. So I'm going to mirror it first. And then my Biden numbers are separated. But my Harris letters are not separated. The reason that my Biden letters are separated, it's because of that E that has to be different. So I separated the letters. And so I'm going to put them back together, so to speak. But I'm going to leave space for my E. And leave space for my E. Okay? And so that's how I do that. So now, with that being said, now I'm going to hit continue. Now, before I hit continue, this is one thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to heat up my iron, my pressing iron, and the temperature is going to be 350, 31 seconds or 30 seconds. I'm going to open up my Cricut, and I'm going to grab my blue, well, it's blue, but then in this case it's white. I'm going to grab my white board, okay, and I'm going to put it inside of my Cricut because that's the first board that I'm going to cut, okay? So I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to hit continue. And then my Cricut is going to be blinking. And what this says is for me to hit